Don't drift away.
Yo, what's good everybody? Hope that you all are having a great day and welcome back to This Week in Football, the series where I just kind of go over everything that's happened this week in football and just kind of inform you guys on what's happening. So let's just get right into what happened this week. And firstly, football is back, you guys. Yo, I am so excited for this season. I'm so excited for just to have football back. So last night was the Hall of Fame game where the Cardinals played the Cowboys, and it actually was a pretty good game. Normally these preseason games, especially the first games, they're not really entertaining to watch. Normally it's either a blowout or it's just really sloppy football, but this was actually a pretty good game. The final score of the game was 20-18, and there were actually a couple of pretty big performers in that game. First being Blaine Gabbert, who went 11 for 14 for 185 yards, which actually kind of surprised me. Last year, Blaine Gabbert was kind of like one of the laughingstock quarterbacks in the league just because he was not a really good quarterback, but he showed a lot of poise in the pocket during this game. And the crazy stat that I found out last night was during his time in the NFL, he's had like 7 different head coaches and like 8 or 9 different offensive coordinators. I now can understand why Blaine Gabbert's had a little bit of a hard time in the NFL. Someone who also had a really good game was Kellen Moore. You guys remember Kellen Moore, right? The Boise State quarterback who was leading them to like all those 11-0 victories. He went 12 for 17 for 182 yards and 1 touchdown. And probably the player of the night was Rico Gathers. He had 3 receptions for 59 yards and 1 touchdown, but I think his story is a little bit more interesting than his stats. He's Baylor's all-time leading rebounder in basketball, but then he ended up converting over to play football, and now he's on the Cowboys. And he's doing a pretty good job. Looks like that trend of college basketball players to becoming NFL tight ends is just keeping up. I mean, look at Antonio Gates and Jimmy Graham. But yeah, no, Dallas might have a little bit of a hidden gem on their hands. But overall, it's a really good game. I'm excited to keep on watching all these preseason games just to break them down and just show you guys who's going to be rising and who might be falling and just maybe some of the hidden gems in the NFL. And starting us off for this week's contracts, we have Vikings cornerback Xavier Rhodes. And this dude got paid. He just signed a 5-year, $70 million contract extension with $41 million guaranteed. Bro, making that paper. Now, if you guys didn't watch my last This Week in Football video, I was explaining how when they signed Everson Griffin that it was a really good move just because Vikings are one of those teams that they're just right there where they're about to become a really dominant team in the NFL where they could make really deep playoff pushes, but they need to keep the assets that they have there, and keeping Xavier Rhodes and Everson Griffin those were the 2 biggest signings that they needed to keep on that team because the Vikings defense is the core of their team. And next we have one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league, Cam Chancellor, signing a 3-year, $36 million contract with $25 million guaranteed. Cam Chancellor is one of the cornerstones of that Seahawks defense, and they definitely needed to keep him there if they want any other shot at getting back to the Super Bowl. Cam Chancellor is the enforcer on that team. He's the one that sets the attitude of that defense. Like when he gets that first hard hit on someone, the whole defense just feeds off that energy and just starts pouncing on everyone. So it's good that they're able to re-sign him. And now with the injuries that happened this week, we're going down to H-Town and we're talking about Will Fuller. Sadly, Will Fuller broke his collarbone in training, so he's going to be out for 2 to 3 months, which it sucks because Houston was looking to make Will Fuller more of a priority in that offense, seeing that DeAndre Hopkins is normally getting double teamed. But seeing that he got hurt is going to kind of hinder his performance as well as DeAndre Hopkins, so hopefully he's able to rebound off of this injury. Because when you look at Houston's receivers with DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, and Jalen Strong, with Braxton Miller there as well, they have a really, really good young receiving core. And once they're able to get all the pieces together and once they're able to figure out their quarterback situation, they could have a really explosive and dynamic offense. But I hope that Will Fuller is able to get well soon. And next we're going to go out to Denver where Broncos linebacker Shane Ray is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a torn ligament in his wrist. Now this hurts me because I'm a Bronco fan and he was supposed to be having a breakout year this upcoming year. Now this hurts me because what I've been hearing around like the Broncos organization and what like Von Miller's been saying about him is that he's making a lot of strides and he was supposed to be one of the better linebackers in the NFL coming into this season. So I hope he's able to recover really fastly and really quickly from this injury so that he's able to get right back onto the field and just keep on making progress. Because he's definitely one of the key pieces on that already good Broncos defense. And for this week's top story, we're going to be talking about former UCF kicker Donald De La Haye. Now normally kickers don't make it into like the mainstream spotlight, but this dude's story is more than different than most people's. Now Donald over here is a YouTuber just like myself. I'm going to leave a link to his channel because his story is really, really messed up. And I want you guys to go and support his channel. So Donald is sitting around 150,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is a very, very good mark for a YouTuber. And that's a lot of work that he's put in on his own to get to that point. But of course, with the NCAA being who they are, they have to come and just shut down any success that this kid's having. So basically what happened was the NCAA came to Donald and told him that he has to stop demonetizing his videos or he's going to lose his athletic scholarship. Now, can you please explain to me how making YouTube videos and being a college football player are anything one and the same. But for those of you guys who don't know, when you are an athlete under the NCAA, you have to sign a contract which basically any likeness or like your likeness is just given away to the NCAA, and they hold that for however long you're at that program. So how the NCAA looks at it is, oh, this guy's making money off of a YouTube channel, which is his likeness, and so either he has to stop making money off of it or we're just gonna take away his scholarship. Now tell me how messed up that is. This kid's worked so hard to get to a spot where he can get an athletic scholarship from a college to be able to pay for everything. And when he starts just making YouTube videos and starts gaining some success away from the football field, the NCAA has to come in to say, oh, well, we're just gonna have to take that away from you because you're making money and we can't have that. How does that make any sense? So Donald had to make a choice to either keep his YouTube channel and keep on monetizing his videos, or to give up his scholarship. Now some of you guys might disagree with me, but I think he made the right choice by continuing to monetize his videos, and he basically had to forfeit his scholarship. And he didn't just have to forfeit his scholarship. Because he had to forfeit his scholarship, that means that he couldn't play football there anymore, which means that he couldn't afford to go to the school anymore. So now he has to basically pack up everything and move back home because he can't afford to go to that school anymore. You see how messed up it is? But the reason why I think he made the right choice is for two reasons. One, because you should never stick with someone or something that doesn't support you unless they're benefiting from it. If the NCAA was really that worried about him monetizing his videos, all they would have had to have said was, hey, you can't monetize videos where you're filming in the weight room or filming on the football field. Basically on any athletic premise, you can't film there. Which, that's perfectly fine because it's that school's facilities, it's under the NCAA. But if he's a vlogger, and if he's just vlogging his day, how is that tied to anything to college football? And secondly, because YouTube is making him money right now. If I'm not really looking at his pockets like that, but around 150,000 subscribers is when you're actually making enough money to kind of support yourself and become a full-time YouTuber. So I hope that he's able to just keep on growing, keep on doing his thing to grow from this. I was watching this video actually today, and it looked like he was going on a lot of different news sources and just telling his story. So he's gonna get some exposure from there. I hope that his channel just blows up so that he can be able to really support himself and just not have to look back and think like, oh, did I make the right decision? Because I want him to be able to just grow and succeed and be like the best that he can be, and not have to worry about the NCAA being like, oh, well, we're just gonna take all the money now, or you can't make money, because that's just not how we do it here at the NCAA. Like honestly, like I'm gonna make a separate video here like in the next couple of weeks, but for real, like the NCAA is just garbage. Like the NCAA ruins a lot of kids' lives. But I digress. Alright, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video of This Week in Football. If you did, be sure to leave this video a like. Yo, can we get this video to 75 likes? That lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos. Also, don't forget to comment down below of any of the stories that I might have missed this week, or of any suggestions that you guys have for this series, because I do want this to be one of the more main focal points of this channel. So if you have any critiques or just any pointers that you guys want to see in this show, please let me know so I can just make this as best as possible. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay on top of all the videos that I am coming out with. Hey. Alright, well, with that all being said, I hope you all have a great day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.